Hello and welcome into this edition of Cronkite Sports Now. I'm Rachel Phillips and well, we're only 3 days away from Halloween, which means we've got this show jam-packed full of lots of Arizona sports treats. Coming up on Cronkite Sports Now, Kyler adds some hardware to his trophy case, how ASU Hoops' successful off-season has contributed to their success on social media, and how an ASU alum helped the Dodgers win the World Series. All that and more coming up on Cronkite Sports Now. The Coyotes have officially opened their doors to Arizona residents to cast their vote by dropping off their ballots ahead of Tuesday's election. This is a part of a larger initiative across the country to use sporting venues as polling places. Gila River Arena's doors will be open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. through Sunday, open 9 to 5 on Monday and 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Election Day. The Coyotes aren't the only local sports venue opening their doors to voters, as Veterans Memorial Coliseum is also joining in. Staying with the voting theme, after out-dueling Russell Wilson on Sunday night, Kyler Murray was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for the second time in 3 weeks. The nod makes K1 the first Cards QB to win the award twice in a season, since Kurt Warner did it back in 2009. Murray made magic happen against Seattle. He threw for a cool 360 yards and 3 TDs, completing 34 of 48 passes. Marking the 7th time in his career, Murray's had a completion percentage above 70%, and the 3rd time he's done it in the last 4 weeks. K1 also rushed for 67 yards and a score against the Seahawks. We're only 7 weeks into the season and already Murray has rushed for 7 touchdowns, setting a Cards QB single-season record. Now with Arizona in a bye week, both Murray and Cliff Kingsbury aren't allowing themselves to get complacent.
This year, head stays down, and for me, like I said, there's no bye week for me. So I'm gonna keep at it, and be ready to come back and lead these guys.
Last year, coming off the bye was the one game since I've been here that I felt we were just non-competitive. We were awful against the Rams, and they kind of embarrassed us. And so just addressing and making sure guys understand we got to stay more locked in this year. We have to individually take it upon ourselves to keep the focus and stay dialed in and stay on this kind of energy that we're on right now.
From one Arizona football team who is having success to one that doesn't know where they stand quite yet. The Sun Devils are getting ready to start play, and things will look a little different with no out-of-conference games.
Doesn't matter who you're facing, if they got new stuff, if they got new coordinators, all that stuff. It's always a challenge because you don't know what they put in the offseason. They don't know what we put in the offseason.
All we know is what they've done in the past. How does that look this year? And I think that's the uniqueness of playing an opening game. There's no tape on anyone right now. And so as we go through this football game and it unfolds, we're going to have to be able to adjust.
The adjustments begin on November 7th when the Devils travel to USC for their season opener. ASU's first home game will be the following week when they host the California Golden Bears. Let's dip into the bucket for another treat, and boy, is this one sweet. Arizona State men's basketball has high expectations after a busy offseason with a popular recruitment class and the return of Remy Martin. With nationwide attention on the court, Sun Devil social media has gained an increasing amount of recognition as well. Cronkite News reporter Reed Harmon has more on the social media team.
So is it the big name players on ASU's roster? Or could it be the flair of head coach Bobby Hurley? Whatever it might be, it's been working for the Sun Devils social media team.
We see the numbers and everything, and it's great to see, but we don't feel any sort of pressure to reach for those kind of numbers. We're going to keep doing what we're going to do. And if the numbers are there, that's great. But I think if we focus on creating the best content possible, I think that's all we can do.
In all of men's college hoops, Arizona State ranks in the top 10 in the country when it comes to social interactions. Let's break it down and head over to the West Coast, where they ranked number 1 in social interactions for the month of September.
With the addition of big-time players like 5-star recruit Josh Christopher, the numbers, even in the offseason, have climbed even higher.
I think if anything, that just kind of makes our jobs a little easier. I mean, with Josh, no matter what we post, we could post a picture of his elbow and everybody would love it. I'll be honest. So if anything, it makes it easier because like everybody's going to love what you do no matter what.
For the 3 major platforms of social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, ASU Hoops has gained its most traction through Instagram. In September, they had 82,000 of their 114,000 total interactions.
Young people are on Instagram. I know I use Instagram the most, and most of our recruits are there. And then like the players use that the most. So the fact that that's what's most common of young people.
The Sun Devils are liked by many as a top 20 team in preseason projections. And if ASU is able to succeed on the court this season, that success will continue to be shared on their social media. Reed Harmon, Cronkite News.
One Sun Devil baseball alum can officially call himself a World Series champion. Former ASU catcher Austin Barnes celebrated with the Dodgers last night after beating the Rays 3-1 in Game 6 of the Fall Classic.
We worked so hard, man. We've had our hearts broken so many times. This group works so hard, and it's hard to explain. It's a ton of emotion.
The Rays ace Blake Snell was pitching a one-hitter into the 6th inning when Barnes singled. Snell was pulled immediately. Barnes scored a run tying the game at 1 apiece on a wild pitch by Nick Anderson, and the Dodgers took the lead shortly thereafter. Barnes also caught the final strike of that game. That sealed the deal for the Dodgers. Barnes was a catcher from ASU from 2009 until 2011, when he was then drafted by the Florida Marlins. Another local player, former Hamilton Huskies standout and LAH center fielder Cody Bellinger, picked up a ring as well. What a high to end the show on, and well, I hope you all managed to keep your sugar high under control this weekend. I certainly won't make any promises. For all of us here at Cronkite Sports Now, we wish you a happy Halloween, and we'll see you next time.